Started in 2013. Connor and I were friends from before that when he was living in North Carolina. He was playing in some hardcore and power violence bands. Nolan and I play in a grindcore band as well, and we'd cross paths a few times. And we ran into each other. We were both wearing Morbid Angel shirts and didn't realize that we were both into a lot of like classic death metal that we'd both been into since like we were in like middle school. And not long after that, Connor moved up to DC, and pretty much immediately we started jamming.
I think it was even planned before I had moved. It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move up there. All right, let's do a band kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was wearing my it was a Domination shirt from the Masters of Chaos tour from 2006.
I had a lamer one. It was just the logo, the black shirt with the logo that I ordered from Rockabilia when I was like 16. But I still have it. It's at my parents' house somewhere. I brought a different Morbid Angel shirt for this run of shows. It's also a Domination shirt, but
I think I brought the same one, so we gotta
we'll coordinate. Yeah, for sure.
Wear those the same day.
But yeah, I mean, basically we just had already, been friends, but like hadn't really talked about metal stuff, and we kind of figured out that we were both into all the same bands, and just sort of decided to start something reminiscent of all the old like Two from the Vault CDs that we had, and obviously like Carcass and stuff like that. Just like that was kind of what inspired Genocide Pact when we started.
That we were, both coming from playing more like punk and hardcore music for so long that when we started, you didn't have a double bass pedal at the first practice, and then after a couple practices, like, dude, we need a double bass pedal. Having solos and stuff, like stuff where our metal chops weren't there yet. Like our metal chops built as we went on. And
I definitely speak for both of us. Like Necrophagist was huge for us when we were kids. Cryptopsy, fucking Gorguts, like all kinds of technical. Nile, like those bands were like huge for me and Tim growing up. Like at a certain point, I kind of realized I couldn't do that. Like physically, I couldn't do that, And I'm okay with that. Like I know what I can do, I know what I'm good at, I know what we're good at, and I think we just want to do what we're good at. What we feel comfortable doing, and we aren't gonna be able to write songs the way Origin writes songs, but we're gonna write songs the way we write songs. So.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the classic stuff is like we love like rock and roll as a band. Like a lot of what we listen to in the band is Rolling Stones, Steely Dan, AC/DC. I feel like a lot of classic death metal is very like it's catchy. Like the song structures are pretty easy to get into, and to me that's more important than trying to pull off a time signature that you need a calculator to get out. Yeah. And it's like that boundary's been pushed so far that if anyone's gonna push it further, like that's great, but it's not gonna be us.
Yeah. Yeah. We just had to kind of relearn a lot of the stuff that we hadn't done in a while from playing in bands that sort of were more doing like shorter songs with less technical elements. Not that I wouldn't say Genocide Pact is a super technical band, but I had to like hit the practice pad a little bit when we were writing new songs, kind of thing.
I had to go through my Speed Mechanics for lead guitar book that I had for middle school and get my metal chops back up.
Dusted off my Derek Roddy Evolution of the Blast Beat book. So shout out to Derek Roddy. Thanks, man.